Hello! Today I'm going to show you how I made the So Very Fond of You or Scribbles in the Snow card. And I was combining kind of a winter theme with a sewing. And so I wanted to use those stitched alpine snowflakes. I used the pointed rectangle frame and the sew, rickrack, and the Petit Four stitched edges. And I'll go through everything as I do it. And because I'm making the background and then cutting it out, I started off with a slightly larger piece of paper. I put the Elizabeth Craft Design double-sided adhesive onto the back and cut it out, except my puppy got my scissors this week, so I'm stuck using the little tiny ones, which are also great. Just thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, I cut off the edges there, and then you can peel back that adhesive. And this is very, very sticky. And it works great because you can just lay the little edges of the embroidery floss down. And I used 2 strands. You'll see me use 1 strand in just a couple little spots there. But I just laid it down in different colors and kind of let it fall where it wanted to a little bit. But just sky is the limit here. I've got some big plans for this technique. I love it. It is so much fun and easy. But could you imagine like a fall card or Christmas, anything like that? So you'll see me using that backing to the Elizabeth Craft Design to just kind of smoosh everything down and get it really adhered. It stays. Once it's there, it stays. So no worries about it coming up at all. So then I used a really cool product. It's called Flower Soft, and it's really fluffy like snow. I saw where you could make your own, and so I tried it to share with you in this video. I'll also put a link to a tutorial that I found of a lady who does this, and she colors it and all of that kind of stuff. But I had to try it for myself, and it's pretty close. You know, if you couldn't get that Flower Soft, it's definitely worth a try to do that. I think it would be a very similar effect. So the Flower Soft is kind of like putting on embossing powder or glitter. I used the backing of the Elizabeth Craft Design tape to kind of help me work that in there. But the goal was just to cover all the spots and then kind of rub it off so that there wasn't excess. Once you rub that off and through the process of making the card, it won't be flaking. It'll be real secure. It feels kind of like fabric. It's just a really cool texture. So since we made the background just a little bit larger than what we need it to be, when we use that frame to cut out the exact dimensions, we want the inner portion. But because we're using this die, we get a bonus frame that we can use for another project. So I really liked that, and it die cuts beautifully. There were no snags with the embroidery floss. It just cuts right through it. It is, I'm telling you, this is really fun. It's a neat technique. So I'm using the stamp set from the new holiday release at Poppy Stamps called So Fond of You, and I'm stamping out the sentiment part, and then there's a die that goes with it for the sew. And so I'm embossing it with the white. And then after it's embossed, it's time to glue the little frame around the edge. And usually I put those frames on after I'm done with everything else, but this one needs to come down before, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But I put that under some weight to dry, and then I double stacked the snowflake for some extra dimension. And because there are some very square edges showing, I did cut the very corners. Olga would be so proud of me if she sees this. She taught me how to do that. Even though I'm not cutting off enough to really notice, it does make a difference just in the finished look at the end of the product. So that's why I did that. And then I just glued it on. And this is where it does fit inside that frame, but because the snow sits up higher than the paper, it is the coolest effect. It is just a really cool texture. You've just got to try it for yourself. This is way too fun. The word "so" had 3 layers to it just for that extra dimension, and I went over it with that Spectrum Noir glimmer pen just to give it some sparkle. Now, luchador paper is what I made the rickrack out of, and it's kind of a cross between a paper and a fabric. It's important it doesn't take glue, so you've got to use a really strong glue tape with it, but it's a real nice effect. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. If you're interested, I would definitely look that up with all the different things you can do with that luchador paper. But then I just glued the snowflake on and over top of the rickrack. And I wound up putting little dimensional spacers behind each one of the little snowflake stems. I wish I would have done that before I glued it down, but it just kind of helped it stay up above that paper just a little bit. The sew then went on, and I put it on at a diagonal, and then the little button has tulle that I ran through and just simply tied it. It's not even in a bow, it's just tied in a little knot just for a little cute little effect there. When I was finished with the card, I taped this card front to a base, and I taped it to a memory box card base. The color wouldn't be shown from the front, but it is white on the inside, and I like that. So thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you'd like to be notified of new videos, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.